having a look at the fight against the Singh part 1 all the way to part 4. And yes, this is our second night of our 3-night live comic book series Saga review. And today's Saga review and this week's Saga review, as you have been, if you haven't been watching the live streams, or if you haven't been catching up or watching the replays, I will be making a playlist of all of these videos that we will be reviewing all of these comic books. And tomorrow, last night's episode, we had a look at the 22nd Phantom Saga, first 3 parts of that saga. And tonight we're going to be having a look at the next 4 parts in this epic, thrill-seeking adventure chapter series. So it's going to be amazing. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get into it. So our cover for this issue, and this issue's number is 1864, is the fight against the Singh part 1, and it is Shadows over Singtown. Our cover for this first issue, it has been done by Jeremy McPherson, and his colorist Thomas Mason. Sound the same, but they're not. they both start with a J, but they don't end the same. Johnson, sorta end the same. So that's the front cover for this issue. We will be having a look at, and that's the back cover as well. We also will be having a look at The Heart of Darkness, Chapter 7, Part 3. And as I said, the cover and back cover has been done by Jeremy McPherson and Thomas Mason. So let's have a look at these comic books. We also have Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4 also to have a look at. So let's get into it. Okay, so to catch everyone up, on last night's episode, it went for 40 odd minutes, and it was very, very good. But Old Man Moz is blind right now because of the evil darkness that he encountered in the Phantom's Head Peak. We saw that in the Phantom's Head Peak, we saw that Lou Benger was actually there, and he was very, very evil. And he had a bit of amnesia as well, because obviously before then there was a big earthquake, and obviously that created a tsunami and pretty much destroyed, as we're about to see here, it pretty much destroyed all of the main sort of infrastructure in Bengali and in this storyline. And who happens to come in after all that happens? Yes, General Bababoo takes the stronghold, takes what he thinks is rightfully his, and there is where we are beginning this storyline. The shadow over Singtown. General Bababoo is now in charge, and with outrage, with a thrill-seeking but very dangerous outlook on life. A thrill-seeking but dangerous surroundings with gang wars happening and a lot of other things. And also, Heloise and her brother Kit Walker Jr. are finally starting to try and have a bit of cohesion and trying to collaborate with each other a bit more. And also, our music that we have on tonight is a rainy Japanese street, and it's lofi hip-hop mix of 2022. And so we continue. And also this story's been wrote by Klaus Ray Murphy, and the art is this time being done by Janice Auden, who has been doing some amazing covers of recent. If you haven't seen any of his or any of that person's, Janice Auden's latest covers, they've been coming out for the Phantom comic magazine in the Norwegian countries. They have just been amazing. They sort of inspire me to keep on drawing and doing my art and all that type of stuff. And this is what, and also Heloise and Kit Walker are still trying to solve, where has their father gone? Like, where has the 21st Phantom gone? Why hasn't he still came back to the Skull Cave? Why isn't he able to come back to the throne? Why isn't he even sitting on the Skull throne in the first place? Like, where is he? And this storyline, this series of 4 chapters, actually has a lot to do with, would you guess, it would have a lot to do with the Singh Brotherhood. And we find out that that there has been a trap set for Kit Walker. He goes over into the Singh town, the Singh Brotherhood town, and he goes in there and he tries and saves a person. He tries to save himself, but not realizing it's actually a trap. And he goes there and he's sort of trapped. And the person that is running this organization, that obviously everyone here would know, and is running this organization, is this lady right here. She's currently in charge of the Singh Brotherhood, and not many people are very, well, liking her that much. They think that that she shouldn't be in charge, pretty much, and that they would want to take it for themselves. And so, because she's in charge, and because she's so highly regarded and important and whatnot, and because the 21st this is very contentious and very controversial what happened, but I'm just going to talk about here, is that the lady that is in charge of the Singh Brotherhood had you would say, a son to the 21st Phantom, and that's why we don't see Diana Palmer Walker for a very, very long time. We don't see her until probably later on in this series. And we also saw her in the back cover by Jeremy McPherson. Oh no, that's not Jeremy. That's not. I don't think that is Diana. I think that is the leader of the Singh Brotherhood right now. But yeah, as I was saying, we don't see Diana Palmer Walker for a very, very long time in this series, which in some ways is nice, not seeing the same character over and over and over again. Like, we have, I think she does appear in this comic book, but not for a little while. So there's this person called Darkfire, and he is pretty much the person that is supporting General Baba Boo's efforts right now. And without that support, General Baba Boo is going to be left with a very, very uprising, to say. And this person here, he plays a very pivotal role in this story. And he is, right now, he's been very, very corrupted. And he's been corrupted to sway and change a report that Diana Palmer Walker has reported on. And he says that, no, I am not going to recognize this report. I'm going to change what's in it, and then somehow leaks out of the UN. It leaks out of the UN building. And while all that's happening, the Phantom is still trying to get out of this trap. He's still fighting for his life, and he's also in a midst of he's trying to save his life. I think I just spoiled it there. But he's trying to save his life. He goes up against two people. I think he goes up against two people. He gets rid of those people. And then he has to, I think, go over a rampaging full of water. And in that water, it has sharks in them. And after he does that, he goes and makes it through there. He kills, I think, 1 or 2 sharks. And then he gets there, and then he has to come back. Because when he's coming back, he sort of has to get the flag off that little island, you could say, where the sharks were, and get it all the way back to where the leader of the Singh Brotherhood is. And where we're seeing this here right now is that the leader of the Singh Brotherhood's right-hand person is being kicked out because of him doing something wrong, and because the sun hasn't been protected. And so the Phantom and Heloise Walker and Kit Walker wrap those couple of guys up, and then they say, why? And then Kit Walker goes on to say, why would he do that? Like, he has nothing to gain by lying. And then she says, you're right. The Singh pirates have died. And we find out in the next issue, in this next part of this thrill-seeking, this adventure of a lifetime, that, in fact, we also have the Heart of Darkness. We're going to have a look at that. That has been done by Klaus Rumurthy, and it's also been done by Joan Boytz. Amazing black and white artworks he has been doing, and he has been doing that for a very, very long time. Okay, so this ad is still present, but like you can still get the Phantoms Adventures collection legacy series at right now from few publications for $20 from selected retail stores and online you can go to www.phantomcomic.com.au. We also have the forum, but I'm not going to read that. But if it's in this one, I'll talk about it. Okay, so we have a second part for this series, this chapter series, and then in this chapter is called The Fight Against the Singh, part 2 of 4, and the title of this chapter is called The Shadow of the Enemy. In the Shadow of the Enemy, and in these stories, in these chapters, we see, I think, some of the best art, like best opening scenes I've ever seen. And we also, this number of this issue is 1866. The cover of this issue has been done by the spectacular Alex Tripp. Look at that. That is amazing. That is fantastic. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And this would only be his first cover until we would see the rest of what he was working on. Like we saw, I think, in this series, but in the next chapter of this series, we saw breathtaking covers. Like all of those were breathtaking. Even Grange Wallace's one, which is so goddamn good. And we see that the Singh Brotherhood, the leader of the Singh Brotherhood, has been warned that and no, actually, there's among the Morris town's ruins, starving citizens and fighting for their survival. They feed on whatever they can find or catch. And then they hear, General, helicopters are coming. About time, they are late, a day late. Only 6, it's way too few. Damn it, this is unacceptable. And who is behind sending helicopters to General Bababoo? Well, it's none other than Darkfire. Who is Darkfire? Why do they want anything to do with Bengali? Well, we find out that the reason why Darkfire is associated and supporting General Bababoo's cause is because they find and they want the Bengalis coast has a coastline which is full of all riches, and it's full of rich resources. And after that, Diana believes that she's getting followed and that her report has officially been changed. And also we find out that the person who is conspiring against the Singh Brotherhood leader at this moment is a brother of the Singh leader. Okay, so I'll read this panel, it'll make perfect sense. You should be proud of me, father. Your brother Dogai robbed you of your rightful place as the Singh leader. Now I will do the same with his daughter. Okay, so what is going to happen to the Singh Brotherhood's leader? What is going to happen to Dogai Singh's daughter? Well, we're going to find out. And what is also going to happen to Lamanda Luaga? Well. We're going to find this out. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to get through this part 2 so we can get into the part 3 and so on. Okay, so the Lamanda Luaga doctor is getting shot at the moment, and he's already getting protected, but he doesn't know at the time that the person that is protecting him has been gunned down, and that once everyone knows about that, there's going to be someone coming for them. There's going to be an outrage. There's going to be a local coming and going. There's going to be someone breaking into that building. Will there? We will see. And then there's this little person. She's running away from the older, burlier big people. And then there's not far from there. Delicious. I didn't know you were so good at cooking. The secret lies in being hungry. And then old man Moz comes out of nowhere and tells that there are many ways to seek it, not just your eyes. When I lost my sight, I developed an inner eye. Well. If old man Moz can develop an inner eye, look who knows what could happen. And so old man Moz tells them that Diana Palmer Walker is in trouble, and that Alois or Kit Walker must go and see them. Diana Palmer Walker goes to see her relatives, Uncle Dave and I think Uncle Dave and someone else. And then we have people. That person has been catched. That person is the person that has been thrown out by the Singh Brotherhood leader. Another person is after that little person. After that, the Phantom comes to her safety, and there's two more people coming around the corner. The Phantom dispatches them all. And then we hear that the Phantom says, "Let her be, kid. She's fine. You have a job to do, right?" And it will be continued in the next issue in number 1867. We also have the Heart of Darkness series, which is chapter, I think, 6, part 4. No, chapter 7, part 4. And at the moment, this Heart of Darkness series is a building that's catch fire, pretty much. And that series, as I said, was done by Carl Murphy and also done by Joan Boyce. Just having another look at this beautiful back cover. So damn beautiful. Very, very good. Like, look at that. Look at the texture, look at the detail, and then look at it all up in close. So damn good. And it's very, very, Alex Tripp is going to get even better at his artworks. He's already getting so good that we don't even know what to expect next. We don't even know what we're gonna say next. And that his stuff it's so good. It's so good. It is so very goddamn good. Like, you look at the composition on that comic book. It just looks good. It's aesthetically, it looks good. It looks great on the eye, and it's just amazing. Some of the stuff he does. Amazing. Okay, we have our part 3. And this cover is done by Chewy Chan. Chewy Chan has done this cover. It is amazing piece of work, amazing artwork, and then it even gets even better with grunge. It is so good. This issue number is number 1867. And this is The Gauntlet with Death. Okay, so Kid Walker, we have another great opening scene by Janice Auden and the amazing writer, Carl Murphy. Okay, so this part first was published by Egmont Scandinavia Phantom Man number 17 in 2019. I sometimes tend to forget to say like some of the details about the story, but yeah, I tend to forget that type of stuff, and that's why that's why people on the channel that are watching, and either if you're watching now or if you're watching on the replay, sometimes you tell me, oh, you didn't say what the story was, or you didn't say what the issue number was, and I apologize for that. And sometimes you lose track of time, and sometimes you lose track of what you're actually talking about at the moment in time. So yeah, I apologize for all that, and I apologize for when I get like sometimes I mix the Phantom Met issues wording up, and sometimes I mix that up. The Phantom Met, I mix that up with Phantom Men. So yeah, one letter, but yeah, get that in hard jobs, but you got to make sure that you got to make sure that you're saying it properly as well. So yeah, okay. So we'll move on. So the person that was kicked out by the Singh Brotherhood leader meets up with these other people who are conspiring against the Singh Brotherhood leader, and so they're wanting to assassinate her, and the person that is behind all of that is Dogai's it is related to the Singh Brotherhood's family. Who would have guessed? We had a look at the panel a little while ago, but like, look at some of the panels that are in this book and in this story and in this saga, to speak. Like, we have so many great art, we have so many great illustrations in these books, and it just blows you away. It blows you away. Okay, so we have obviously there's this person that's coming to see General Bababoo. We have this person that's telling Diana to board a plane. Diana boards a plane, but then on the other side of the Richter scale, there is a couple of people trying. The Phantom is seeing the Singh Brotherhood. The Singh Brotherhood leader has already trapped him. She makes him do missions to make sure that, one, he is the Phantom, two, he can do those types of things, and three, that he can survive those types of things. The person that is on the plane, that is with Diana, is in fact a person. Yes, wait for this. This is one of the most best story plots, subplots, story subplots ever. It is none other a person. Wait for it. It's a person from the Vultures. Yes, the Vultures are in this. They are conspiring. They are wanting to literally tear the house down of everyone's life. They're coming for the scraps. They're coming for the meat. They're coming for the feathers. They're coming for a juicy information. They're coming for everything. General Bababoo sort of is meeting with gang leaders. Yeah, we've gone from a country that is ran pretty good, and then we're going from that to the other side of the Richter scale, where General Bababoo is meeting with gang leaders. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. So Diana Walker, she's been threatened. Diana takes control of the situation and bangs the living daylights out of the person. She escapes. She goes and to try and find Kit, Walker, and Heloise. The Phantom is in the grips of an action-packed storyline. He is going across. He meets a person. He goes across the water. He meets sharks. He kills one or two sharks. He meets hawks as well, which makes the situation even deadlier. And then he is running out of time. He meets the person on the other side. He whacks and ducks and he ducks and squeezes. He gets the bag. He throws it and it goes thunk. And the time up. Did he survive? Is he going to pass? Is he going to die? No, the Phantom, he lives for another day. He goes. He is free. He is supposed to be free, but the son, the biological son of the 21st Phantom, is now in the grips of such urgency. There is an assassination plot attacking everyone at their moment. A gang leader kills another gang leader. We end with this panel, and this he is saying is, here is her private room. She must be here, ready, be ready on my signal. Go! The story continues, next issue, 1868. And then we have the Heart of Darkness series, Chapter 7. Chapter 7, Part 5, Art of the Covenant. Done by Klaus Murphy and John Boyce. I love this story. And the chapters and the sequels and the episodes in this saga line. I love this story. One of the reasons, because of the history, of the drawings, of the illustrations, and the black and white art. Yo! Look at that artwork. Look at the back cover. Amazing. Okay, we have the part 4. We have the family affair. It's a family affair, alright. We have our back cover. We have our front cover. All done by Shane Foley and good old Sarge. And his colour is Sarge. Now, at the moment, at the time of receiving this comic, when I was going down to the good old newsagent and buying my own good old Phantom comic every fortnight, I wasn't at first impressions, I wasn't very that much fond of this comic book. And I wasn't really that much fond of this cover and back cover. But I guess the same as Jamie Johnson's cover from, I think, 2018 or 2019, I am beginning to come around. I'm not there yet, but I'm beginning to come around. I might come around with Lauren Marshall's cover. Nice person and all. I might come around, but we'll see. We'll see with that cover. I think it's just a little bit too saturated. Oh, well. Choices. Opinions. Okay, another great opening scene. Another great multiple opening scene with the Capitol in ruins. The state in disarray. General Bababoo soon takes power. And all that is within. In the deep woods, the skull throne is empty. The Phantom has been missing for over a year. Okay, so this story, as I said, was done by Klaus Murphy, and the art has been done by Janice Auden. And we find out that the Phantom, he's still in a prison cell. And his little friend that he had just made, well, a little second ago, comes and saves him. And then they get out of that prison room. They get out of that prison cell. The Singh Brotherhood leader is in the midst of assassination or plot. And with that incoming, it goes slash. And the person that they thought had been thrown out of the Singh Brotherhood's leader, well, he takes upon it himself to slash, and he says, I fooled you, but we have been betrayed. Okay, so if you're just joining us right now, we are currently, we're in a second day of having a look at the full, complete 22nd Phantom Saga, and after a review, we're up to the 4th part. So if you would like to look at the other comic books that are in this review, you can if you want to, and we will keep on going. Okay, so as always, hello, and this is the 22nd Phantom Saga review, the complete 20-second Phantom Saga review. And after I have already done all of these, reviewed all these comic books and all that, they will be available to be looked. They will be available after this on a future playlist, which it will be updated once all of these reviews have been finished. So there will be a place where these reviews will be, and it will be in a playlist, and that playlist has already been created, and it's just a matter of time before I review all these comic books, because it's going to be awesome. And then we also have these gang leaders. So we have this troop of gangs, and they go into the Doctor Health Center, and they are wanting Lamanda Luaga, and they're also wanting Diana Palmer Walker. But they leave Sarah. So when we come back to the situation, the evolving situation around the Singh Brotherhood leader, and that's the person, is this a plot to try and overrule her? Is it a plot to just distract her for a brief moment? Two of the people that are trying to protect the young kid that is related to the 21st Phantom, that is also related to the leader of the Singh Brotherhood, has been kidnapped and is taken to a meeting place. The Phantom is after him. The 22nd, to be in fact, is after him. Baba Boo is very delightful and gleeful, and he sends them to be drowned. The Singh Brotherhood later is in all her glory, is armored to head to toe, and is meeting a person that has it out for her and her family. The Phantom takes hold of this situation. He goes to the island. He is helped by the young person he had saved at the moment. And with this helicopter in disarray, this helicopter goes brum. It gets exploded. General Baba Boo seems to be in trouble. He is worrying about the fact that the Darkfire is going to be thinking that it was him. The Phantom goes to the island, as I said. There is a deathful situation here. The lady is in the clear. Gets help. The Singh Brotherhood later, and the family situation, as I said, it is a family affair. They are in it, all in thick and thin. The Phantom helps, and the Singh Brotherhood and the Phantom, for a brief moment, think each other. And the person that was wanting to react revenge over the Singh Brotherhood's leader, well, he goes down and plummets to his death. In a well, could say. And then Lamanda Luaga comes to the place. They have General Baba Boo where they want him. Darkfire is thinking General Baba Boo has it out for... General Baba Boo thinks that the Darkfire has it out for them. Everyone is worrisome. The vultures are coming thick and fast. The vultures are coming. They are coming quick. They are coming like Dr. No. And we will just talk about this panel. It's an amazing panel by Jonas Auden, and it's saying, without Darkfire's support, Baba Boo is weak and vulnerable. Soon the vultures will be able to take over Van Bangala. And while all that's happening, the Singh Brotherhood's leader is having a dream. She is visioning other people. Those other people are her family. Those other people have stuff to do with her. She wakes up, she goes, and it is end of story. Heart of Darkness, Chapter 7, Part 6. In the Heart of the Darkness. Okay, so this says that this is the end of this story. We just were having a little bit of technical difficulties, and we're back online now. And so the art is always good. There's a fire brewing, there's a fire on the go, and that's about it. I think there's also a storm supposed to come tonight. I think that's what people were saying. But yeah, look at that cover. I think I'm coming around to it. I think I'm also coming around to the fact that in the future, I may like Lauren Marshall's cover from this year. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Hello, and I hope you enjoyed that comic book review, and I hope you enjoyed this second night of these 4 comics that I just reviewed live on my Phantom Cave Reviews channel. And you will see me, hopefully, tomorrow as we look at the next 4 parts of this thrilling, seek-rilling, body-quenching series, the 22nd Phantom Saga. But until then, thank you, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe, and as always, keep Phantom Caving, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be making some of the best stuff we're going to be making some of the best stuff to come out of this year and to come out of any year. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, comment what you thought of tonight's review of 4 massive Phantom comics and 4 more still to come tomorrow night. As always, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe, and thank you for being here, either you watching live on our review or watching it on the replay. Bye.